So Casanova, thank you for being here. This is Saige with Triller, and I'm sitting down with Casanova, the one and only.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. I know it's 6 p.m. and you had a long day.
Super long day.
I think, what'd you start at, like 6 a.m. or was it?
6.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
That's pretty early. So thanks for being here. So you came up pretty quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did social media impact your come up and your success?
It helped a lot because, like back in the days without social media, you really gotta like put that footwork in. I used to just be out and about a lot, but social media definitely, I kept going viral for good and bad things, so it just took off for me.
If you didn't have social media, do you think your career would have been slower? No?
No, yeah, my career definitely would have been slower if I didn't have social media.
Yeah, it's crazy how much it affects pretty much everything.
Like now, I think as long as you got like a lot of following, you can really do everything by yourself.
What was your first video that went viral? Because a lot of people can't figure out how to just get that jump to actually get the followers.
I think it was me and my girl dancing. She was cleaning up with a mop, a wet spot, and I got behind her and just started grinding on her. And then everybody started reposting it like goals, and I got like 50,000 followers.
What do you think of the new age of music distribution with streaming, challenges, apps like Triller that can basically just tease your music and everything?
I think it's dope. I love the cheat code. It definitely is. It's easier, but you still got to put in the work. Mm-hmm. So you still got to, like you said, think of things to go viral. Think of cool things that other people would try or imitate. So definitely, I think it's a cheat code, but you still got to put in the work.
Yeah.
I love it.
And also think about things that other people aren't thinking of. I think that's one of the hardest things.
Yes, and then what's crazy is you think of something and somebody else do it. It's just like, ugh.
But before you or after you?
After you. Or before you. Sometimes like, I knew I should have did that.
I hate that.
There's certain situations like stuff that go viral without the internet, like media stuff, and you just got to be the first one to attack it. All right, perfect example, Soulja Boy. Mm-hmm. When he was like, Drake, like at the interview, right? Other people imitated it and went viral, like, because it was funny.
Yeah.
But if you was like the fifth person to do it,
who cares?
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
But like the first one that like was like Drake, it was funny. I think it's definitely about your mind, but it's definitely about your following. See, because you could post a lit video, but nobody sees it. So if you got the following already, it's kind of easier.
Yeah.
Like Shiggy Show, he already had the following.
Yeah.
If he didn't, nobody would have saw that video. Mm-hmm. You know, like I think a lot of people saw it because he had followers.
Yeah.
And then it just took off.
Yeah.
You know?
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, he was lucky for that one.
He was. I mean, also smart, but lucky.
Yeah.
So let's talk about jail. I don't want to talk too much about jail because I feel like in every interview, people always want to hear about it, but it's obviously a big part of your life. So I want to look at the bigger picture. Considering or not considering jail and how much time you spent there, who is Casanova now? How would you describe yourself?
A humble beast.
Why?
Because I'm just so humble now. And but everybody, I guess, knows that I'm somebody not to fuck with. I'm
curious why, when you were out here robbing, which you're not anymore, but why you thought that you had the right to what somebody else worked their asses off for.
I said that before. I was a hater, I guess. I was a hater. I didn't think somebody deserved it. Like, I didn't think, like, if I saw somebody with a chain on, I'd be like, man, he don't deserve to be rocking that. He ain't built like that.
That should be mine.
Yeah, that should be mine. I was kind of like, I call it being a hater now, because you know it's like the hunter is being hunted. Now I gotta watch out for people that have my mindset and it's kind of scary. So definitely, I just was being a hater.
So just kind of immature.
Yeah, I'm matured.
And now that you are where you are, wearing nice jewelry like you are, if someone tried to rob you, how would you take that?
Bang, bang. No,
No. Oh my God. Hopefully not.
I kind of
Like, would you understand where they came from?
I would understand, but I wouldn't respect it. I wouldn't respect it.
Okay.
I definitely try to discipline myself so nobody else can discipline me. When it comes to that, like, I just be aware, like, who's that right there? What's going on? It's usually somebody catches the drop on you and catch you slipping to rob you, or it's usually a setup or something like that. I pride myself on being prepared.
Have you been robbed since this whole
I've been
life?
robbed in LA just now, but not like gunpoint or nothing.
What
I
happened
walked
in
in
LA?
the interview, and I came downstairs, and my whole car was broken into. They took like $46,000 worth of clothes and
Damn.
luggages and stuff.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, I was stressed,
That sucks. I'm really sorry.
but nobody physically robbed me.
Okay, that's good, but that's still not fun.
I don't think
Not
that's
cool.
gonna happen.
Yeah, I think you're, not that I actually think you're scary, but I think that you have like enough of a history and you're tough enough. Like you said, you're a humble beast, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know Taekwondo.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I was a purple belt.
Nice.
Serious?
You didn't get to black?
Nah.
Why, you gave up?
I got locked up.
Oh, shit.
But I do know some stuff.
Okay. What, can you show
Right.
us a move?
I'll play it out.
You're not? You never did Taekwondo?
I did do Taekwondo, but I only was a white belt for like 2 weeks. I quit.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you haven't, at least you quit robbing and you're not going to quit music. So we're good
No.
there. Once you got out of jail, you were ready to keep robbing. Why do you think jail didn't teach you that you wouldn't want that again?
I feel like I was just doing like a little time. So I probably was doing like 6 months, come home.
It
3
didn't scare you enough?
months. No. Jail was definitely bad, but I adapted to it well. I just started being one of them, you know, fighting, the whole shebang. So, but I think the last time kind of learned me. I don't even think the last time learned me, because when I came home after all of that time, I got locked up again, but the bad thing about it, it wasn't even me.
Yeah, you were accused of something you didn't do.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to ask that. When that happened, is that the reason you were so upset and then wanted to go and get a real job? Because
Yeah, that's what really like had me like, oh nah, cause you know it was in my head. Like I feel like I still was chasing. Like when you come home, you kind of like trying to get back. So you want the fastest way to get back, the fastest way to get clothes, feed your family. You're not trying to work a whole year and still not be able to provide. So I was definitely thinking of a master plan that probably would have went wrong. But once I got locked up, I was like, oh shit, like everybody got let go but me, because I was on parole. But I went to my parole hearing. They was like, oh, it's not enough evidence, and let me go. And I just left it alone ever since then.
and decided like I'm just not going to do this.
Nah, it's not worth it. The
So then-
time wasn't adding up. Like I was like, got too much felonies to
Yeah.
try to play around.
Yeah, you started in jail at like 16,
Nah,
17,
probably like 13.
13?
I went to DFY, Sparfoot, Bridges, Crossroads, all of those little jails.
Juvies.
Yeah, the juvies. Oh, you know.
It's scary stuff.
You went to jail
though.
before?
No, I'm like, I wish you didn't go. I wish you didn't do all that stuff.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't go.
Yeah, that's true. So how did you get from your first job after jail, first real job after jail, to doing music? The first job was at Local 79?
Yeah, in Local 79.
So what were you
Oh,
doing?
you did your research.
Of course, I wouldn't sit here if I didn't.
Yeah, Local 79. That was dope, but it was, my back was hurting, dust was in my nose, ears. I used to come home and had to get in the shower, like soak in the tub or ask for a massage and not get it. I used to be stressed.
So then that's why you wanted to get into music?
No,
just do
I
something
wanted to get into music. I didn't really want to get into music. I loved the music so much, but I was in the studio and then I kind of saw the process for the first time. Like I always thought, like freestyles was freestyles. Like somebody just freestyling. I thought that was like, oh, when I hear somebody song, I'm like, dang, how did he think of that? I didn't know the process. Like it'll take a week to do a record, or even a month. Like some people really take a long time to finish.
What did you think it was?
I just thought it was like you go in the booth and you just spit and the track is done. It's a lit track. So once I started going to the studio and started seeing like people that I know could rap take 3-4 hours to write one verse, I'm like, hold on, let me try this. I think I could try it, but I still didn't tell nobody. I booked the studio time myself.
Why were you even in the studio in the first place to watch someone else?
I was the beast that you see in the corner.
But who were you
Posted
there
out with,
for?
I can't say.
Why not?
Because I don't want to give them no credit.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair enough.
But I used to be in the studio a lot, and once I saw that it was like, punch me in, bring it back, think of a line, bring it back, hold on, give me a break, let me smoke, let me drink,
Cool.
come punch me, hold on, I'm like, oh, I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it. The first song I ever made, it got lit, like first real song.
Was any part of that about the control? Like robbing, you had control of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
However you did it, you had control of it. Do you think any part of like everything you just said was about the control and being able to control what you're doing as far as music and it being a good thing, or no?
No, at first I didn't even care to do it. I just wanted to try it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to put the song on, like, before like anybody heard it, it was like girls that used to hear it, stuff like that, or friends. But I just put it on in my car, and they'll be like, who's that? Like, this is dope. And I'm like, that's me. Or if I think they shaky about it, don't tell them who it is until they be like, nah, this is dope. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. And then I started letting DJs hear it, and then out of nowhere, I just became a rapper. Like it was just, I had one song for like a whole year.
Okay, but this doesn't make sense to me. I'm just curious how you got enough publicity to...
I was already in the streets. I was already in the clubs. I was already spinning like...
Yeah, but I feel like when you're on Rikers Island, like you're not hanging with the same crowd as Jay-Z is hanging out with now. So there has to have been a time period when your circles crossed over to people who actually had real power.
Yeah, through Tax, Memphis Bleak, like other people used to be like, yo, you need to get this guy. I used to go to the studio with them. Again, I only had one song. So they was looking at me like a rapper. I'm looking at like, they don't even know I got one song. Like I got signed with one song.
That's insane.
It was crazy, but I used to just act like I had a whole lot. Like yeah, I got more. Like I even told Jay-Z. Jay-Z was like, he said, yo, you got another hit? I said, yeah, I got mad hits. But if he would have really asked me, I'd have passed out.
Yeah. So he just took your word for it.
Yeah, I just had one song.
Okay, this is not to beat a dead horse, but I'm genuinely curious. Who, like, at what point did you make those connections, the legit connections? Like, who was the first one that
The legit connection was a friend of mine's, Tax Stone. I was locked up with him.
Okay.
So we used to be out all the time. And even him, he used to tell me, yo, you should rap, man. Like your energy in the club, you should rap. If you rap, you're gonna blow. I used to be like, man, I ain't doing no rapping. You crazy? Like, I didn't even know the first thing about rapping. My first songs, I didn't even know what bars was, like how many bars I spit or what hook. It just felt good. Then he brought me to the studio with Memphis Bleak. And I think Memphis Bleak at that time didn't even take me serious, but he said I'm a star. He's like, nah, you a star. I was just working the record myself, going to all the DJs' parties, doing what I regularly do, buying bottles, throwing money in the strip club. So then they started booking me it was a trick, but it still helped me. They started booking me and giving me like $1,500.
Who's they?
Like strip clubs and clubs. I would throw, let's say the strip club, I would throw the whole $1,500 and probably like $5,000 more. You know what I'm saying? So they would trick me to book me, knowing that I was just gonna throw the money, but it started getting me heard. Like other rappers was coming in like, oh, that's your song, I'll mess with it. So then just other rappers just started like drawing to me. And that's when I guess I kind of took it serious. Like, hold on, I'm getting money for this. I'm getting paid to go to the club, which when I used to pay to get in the club, and it was dope. I just started taking it serious from there.
How'd you get money in the first place when you were, right out of jail working like?
I was doing hits. No, let me stop. I'm just playing. Look, she's like, oh shit. I was working construction.
Yeah, but you don't get. Do you actually have enough money from working construction to pay for?
I was around some good people
who were kind of taking care of you.
Yeah, they was kind of like, I told you, I was the humble beef. I was the humble beast. So it was like, I don't want to say security, but I was a good guy that they took care of.
That's cool.
So a lot of good people was taking care of me with money. So I was getting like a couple dollars.
This is so interesting to me because you have such a history of like violence and robbery and all things that you never want your child to do. But upon meeting you, and also before meeting you, just doing my research and watching interviews and stuff, like, I feel like you're a good-hearted person. So it's almost confusing for an outsider to see how the two worlds even come together. Like how you are. Being good-hearted probably was since you were little, yet you did all these bad things. You're still pretty good-hearted. Do you agree that you're a good-hearted guy?
Yeah, I agree. I think, like I always say, like I just wanted to be accepted. So it was just like me trying to fit in. The bad stuff was just me trying to fit in instead of me needing to do it. Like I didn't need to rob people. I didn't need to do that. My mom always took good care of me. I always had a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had a nice house too.
Nice house. And I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to be accepted,
So I also wanted to ask you why having a good mom and coming from a good home wasn't enough. But that's just it? Just that it was something internal?
That's definitely it. And I think that about kids growing up. Like I watch who my daughter hangs out with now. Because peer pressure is crazy. I did a lot of things just to like fit in. Everybody does things to fit in. Like,
do you still do things to fit in?
Nah, hell no. I'm good. I stand out now. I'm all right. I'm good.
It's not like in you a little bit still?
Nah. Certain things I would never do. And I don't even care, like, if you like me or not. I'm not with it. See a lot of things, especially in this industry, I'll be like, nah, you bugging. That's not me. I'm good, thank you.
What kind of things?
A lot of things.
Like bad things? Like what gets worse than?
Bad things.
What you've done?
Bad things, like drugs and other stuff.
So now you're really saying no?
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That.
Yeah.
So I think, how long were you in solitary confinement for?
For like
2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
So you've said that something along the lines of, I think I went crazy a couple times, or
yeah, you could definitely go crazy in there. You'd go crazy if you had a camera like us out here had a camera to see what was going on in there. I think we would pass out. Like you talk through vents, like little vents, like in the wall. You're talking to your neighbor. You playing chess with a neighbor, like off of numbers on the board. There's so much things you get creative with that. It's just unbelievable. Like, I can't even explain it to you. Like you take, like, for one, right? You take your boxer lines. It's like a little string, so you rip it, you take it, string it out. So it's like a thread, right? So you tie a wet little ball on it, tie it. So now it's nice and hard, right? So you tie a little.
So it's a string.
It's a string tied to a ball.
A ball.
A ball, a wet ball, like
A wet ball of
like
what?
tissue
Okay.
paper. You tie a little bag around it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now this is a cage, and let's say where that door at is a cage, right?
Okay.
So from here in my cell, which is rec, it's like a rec cell, like solitary confinement. I will put this string like all the way, like this string could go all the way over there. I would throw the ball all the way over there, and it's through like, so it got to get through like these little squares, the rec pin.
And that's hard to get through and actually have force behind it.
So you got to throw it and hopefully throw it hard enough for it to get over there. So somebody else will have string too and make like a spear with paper, put like little tape. Now it's like a long spear with their string. So they throw their string and pick your little thread up, and y'all will connect and be sending like little messages of food.
They would
and stuff
actually
like,
connect? Why? Because they were wet?
Huh?
Because they were wet? They were
No,
actually
the lines
connected?
would connect.
Yeah, but, okay.
All right, let me show you, right?
Okay.
Like, let's say you do like this, right?
But isn't it string like this more?
Yeah, right? You do like this. Oh. So you would be doing this all the way till it's a big spear, right?
Okay.
So you tie, it's gonna be heavy at the end. Like once you put it
So this
to
is
like,
the other guy.
yeah, once you put it to like this big, it's gonna be like heavy, but it's gonna be able to like fly out.
Uh-huh.
So you tie a string, which is this string, right, onto it, put a little hole in the thing and tie the string there. But now you got a lot of string, like it's like a whole boxing line, like a lot, like could really go real far. Then you just throw it like this, and the string will be attached to it, and it'll pick up the other string. Like, I don't know how to.
So it's two of these? So the other person is making the same exact thing and then they connect?
Yeah. But you can either throw it out with a ball or throw it out with a spear. It depends how close you are to them. So that's how you pass messages and stuff
And
like
pass
that.
time.
Yeah. Pass messages,
Is that like
pass
what
books.
everyone does?
Yeah,
in
so
jail?
it'll be connected and you'll be pulling it. They'll tie a book on it and you'll just pull the book.
And
This is from all the way where that door is. But if you get caught doing it, you get in trouble.
oh, okay, that's what I was going to ask.
You definitely get in trouble. Police are like, pop the line, because you don't supposed to be communicating.
No ball strings here.
Yeah, no ball strings, definitely.
As far as getting sort of like mentally, how you said you had to be on all kinds of meds, what was that process like, feeling like you're going crazy?
It was rough. It was rough, but some people make it, some people don't. I think
Yeah.
I was just one of the ones that didn't come home and just go crazy.
What was the process like coming down from that? And like, did you go to therapy?
I didn't go to therapy, but like the psych used to come talk to me and stuff like that, but I didn't want to hear
The
him.
psychologist?
Yeah, like when I was in the cell,
You'd be like, just give me meds.
yeah, just give me some meds, give me
And-
something to go to sleep.
Did you have an issue coming off of all the meds?
Nah,
You don't
because
mess with
after a
yourself?
while, it used to be fucking with me. Like I used to feel drowsy and didn't want to get up and get my tray, so I just kind of like kicked it myself.
And as far as feeling like you can't trust anybody, how have you dealt with that now? Are you getting better at opening up and trusting?
Nah, I still don't trust nobody.
Not even, I know you're disappointed with your mom and pretty much everyone in your circle while you were in jail, but what about your girlfriend, your mom? You trust your daughter?
I don't think. When I mean trust, I mean like daughter wise. I don't know that yet. Like,
Okay.
but I'm talking about like grown up wise. Nah, grown ups I don't trust grown ups.
So there's no shot of you trusting me after sitting here for 15 minutes? Okay, fair enough.
I think it supposed to be like that though, because you got to look at it right. Somebody asked me that the other day, like how you have people around you and you don't trust them. You could love somebody and don't trust them.
Yeah.
You could love your boyfriend but don't trust him. Always look through his phone. You know what I'm saying? I love a lot of people, But
doesn't mean you trust them.
nah, you can't really. Everybody that hurts you is somebody that you love, right? That can hurt you.
Usually.
I can't hurt you if I be like, let's say you just met me and we just start dating and you find out I got a girl. You're like, oh, typical nigga, all right, bye. Mm-hmm. But your boyfriend, you find out he had a girl this whole time, someone.
Yeah, it hurts way more.
Yeah, so I try to like keep it like, maybe even if I do trust you, I don't trust you. Mm-hmm. I just put that in my head so I can be like, I knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it feels good to trust. But I understand. It's hard. You said that you sat at a table with millionaires and they were all living the life you wanted to live, which was not risking their lives and not worrying about money. Who were those people you were talking about? I mean, I'm sure that happens a lot now, but it sounded like there was one initial time. Or can you not remember?
Nah, I remember, but I don't remember their names fully. They was African. I'm always around millionaires, but the recent time I remember just being in Africa, just watching and paying attention and just.
And it still just motivates you?
It always motivates me. I was just with a lot of millionaires. I was just with Diddy. Diddy was like, yo, one of these houses down the block got your name on it. I watched. I think that's my cheat code. I steal a lot of energy. I just watch and see what's going on, how people treat their workers, how people treat their artists, how people treat their friends, so I could do the same thing.
Yeah, and take what you want.
Take what I want and throw away what I don't want.
Yeah, I'm all about that too.
Yeah.
And speaking of energy, you've mentioned positive energy, but never really went super into it. How does positive energy in your life benefit you? Like, is it something that you consciously think about?
No, I don't think about it. I just, like lately, like me just coming home or me just understanding I'm blessed, it just has me real positive. I think the negative part of it comes from being broke or, again, trying to be accepted and trying to fit in. When I went to Africa, I saw how happy people was with nothing. And that definitely makes me positive. Like, I got whatever I got. I ain't the richest guy in the world, but I'm blessed to be able to pay for my daughter, my son, buy them clothes legally. Just got a house legally, truck, car, whatever, legally. And I be complaining. I complain a lot. Oh, why this not done? Why the dishes ain't clean? Little stuff like that. And then you go to Africa and you see somebody with no shoes on dancing, having fun, and you like.
Puts it in perspective.
It makes me feel like I've been complaining a lot for nothing.
Yeah, and also, like you said that you would smell the letters that you got in jail. Like, I'm sure you.
Dang, you did your homework.
I'm sure you do something now to, or even moments like that, to basically remind yourself, like, let me appreciate the little things, because it's so easy, even when you're a freaking millionaire, to just complain.
It's definitely so easy to complain on, but those are one of the things that I used to do. That's crazy. You just brought me back just now. You used to tell a girl like, yo, spray your cologne on it, and I used to just like put it on my pillow.
Until it goes away and the next one comes.
Oh, yeah. It goes away, you done.
Yeah. I can understand, even though I've never been in jail and smelling letters.
You've been in jail.
I have not.
You've been to the can. You gotta get comfy. Why you grilling me like that?
Me? I'm waiting.
You
Okay, you want me to look this way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look this way.
You gonna mess me up. Hold on.
Are you used to people watching you all the time?
I don't pay attention. I just go and perform. I don't even look in
Okay.
the crowd. You ready for me? Yeah. Hey, I'm Casanova, back with Saige and Triller. What else I gotta say? You laughing with it. You laughing. You already know, it's your boy Casanova. Check out my EP, Free at Last, on Triller, right now. Hashtag free at last.
Do one way back on the couch.
Yeah, I gotta get comfy. Hashtag free at last.